Hey guys, Don TFTK here, and yes, I know I don't have my mask on or any makeup. Shocker. Um, this I call this video my reality because this is my situation on depression, anxiety, and suicide. It's not a fun topic. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions of the topic. Um, I asked a couple YouTubers on Facebook to, ask me some questions about the topics and maybe throw in a couple random questions, that are more like, hey, what's the deal? Um, so I've got a list of 7 questions that I'm going to answer. Um, gonna start off with, oh, by the way, I am going to put their links down in the description below after I'm done. First off is Gabriel Technology, and it's how do you grow your channel and what is your channel about? Um, well, growing my channel is just like, it's a lot of more of word of mouth and, just saying, hey, you want to see this video? My channel is mainly about gaming, glitches, and just being an all around goofball. And this right here makes me look fat. I'm not saying I'm not fat, it's just I don't think y'all want to see my double chin. But yeah, next one is from. Feel free to again look these people up, subscribe, watch their stuff. Next up is Patrick Barrett. Do you watch anime? Yes, I'm a big avid anime fan. I love Studio Ghibli stuff, like Princess Mononoke, uh, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and a couple others. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, and love Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is probably my top anime. Next is Julie Molland. I'm sorry if I butchered your names, by the way. What's the best way to stay motivated for better times when going through something rough? That really depends on the person. I myself, I try to I try to preoccupy my mind. I try to stay busy, no matter what. Whether it's doing a video or just gaming for fun, hanging out with friends, something to preoccupy my mind. Because, like many people, my mind tends to wander a lot. Okay, maybe a lot more than quite a few people, but still. Next one is Jordeggo, spelled Jordeggo. What advice do you have for people dealing with hard times? Just keep pushing forward. Okay, I'm not saying ignore the past. Learn from the past, but don't keep your eyes off the future for too long. Don't stay in the past, because some people like to get stuck in the past. I tend to do it from time to time myself. And so it's just like, yes, it impedes on what you do for the future. And, like, if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, ADD, ADHD, and many other diseases, it does complicate things, but that shouldn't stop you from going forward, from doing what you want to do, from getting stuff done. And it's just like a lot of people use, ADD, ADHD, diabetes, cerebral palsy as an excuse. My father had cerebral palsy and diabetes type 1. Did that stop him from being a cop? Nope. He was one of the best damn cops in Lund, Oklahoma. You ask any of the police department officers that are currently working there who one of the best cops was, his name will pop up. Guarantee it. But yeah, like I said, just keep moving forward. Don't get caught up in the past. Don't try your best to avoid as much drama as possible. Because the mere fact is that the less drama you have, it tends to uncomplicate a lot of stuff in your life. Now, mind you, you can't avoid drama, but you can try to minimize it. It makes life so much easier. Next one is Frank Sartain. Last name. T as in Tom, A as in apple, I as in ice cream, N as in, wait for it, night. Thought you said, I was going to say something else, weren't you? Nope. What are some strategies for handling anxiety, depression, and suicide? I'm going to start with anxiety. For anxiety, I definitely would suggest just keep your mind preoccupied. Because if you don't preoccupy your mind with something, like something tedious and mundane, doesn't matter what, unless of course it's illegal, then don't do drugs. But yeah, try not to do anything illegal. Keep your mind preoccupied, because if you keep your mind preoccupied while you have anxiety, it tends to make handling stuff a lot easier, I've noticed. Like me, I have a tendency to check up on people, and so it's just like, okay, check up on this person, that person, that person, that person, that person. And yes, it does seem like a little bit, questionable, but at the same time, it keeps me from worrying too much. Because it's like, okay, they're doing that. Cool. Whatever. Well, not really whatever, but it's more like, okay, that's done. Check. Like, make yourself a checklist if you have to. Stuff for you to keep your mind preoccupied. Do Sudoku. Have a set of games that, you have to check in at this point in time, otherwise you're going to miss a reward. Oh no! Oh. Because it's the small stuff that helps, calm down anxiety. If you feel yourself, started getting really, really anxious about something, and you feel your anxiety just, you're almost at the boiling point, talk to somebody. You would be surprised at how much people are actually willing to listen. And I'm not talking about, some random showboat, you met at Hollywood last week. I'm talking about, talk to a homeless person. You'd be surprised at how much they are actually willing to listen. Now, mind you, be careful if you try and talk to a homeless person, because some people are a little bit. But talk to someone you trust. Go to a homeless shelter and just talk to people there. Because I can guarantee you will actually be safer talking to someone in a homeless shelter than you would trying to talk to a homeless person, in the middle of the street. Because if you talk to someone in the middle of the street, then you're more likely to get robbed. But, let's see, strategies of handling depression. For handling depression, I have a tendency to go to the mall because it forces me to kind of just be more focused on what I'm doing and where I'm at than my thoughts. I tend to go to the mall, I tend to go to the movies, something outside the house or the apartment. Yes, that's my apartment behind me. There's my kitchen, there's my living room. But yeah, it's just like I tend to get myself, I tend to put myself in a position to where I have to focus on something else other than my thoughts. Like, yes, I have to deal with those eventually, but it clears my head enough to think through it logically versus with my emotions. Because if you think stuff with too much of your emotions, you're gonna screw up. And so you're gonna make a judgment call that isn't the best for you or those around you. And there has been a point in time where, like, I could not, for the life of me, pull myself out. I actually had to call. I had to call my boyfriend and be like, hey, I'm not in the best of mind. Please come help me. Now, mind you, it was a couple hours before he came, but he was at family thing, so. And, Asian families are tend a little bit like that. So, they tend to be a little bit tight. So, what can you do? Handling suicide. This one actually really, really hits home to me because, if you paid attention throughout my videos, that I actually had to take some time off. I know that I'm moving because otherwise, yeah. If you have watched some of my previous videos, there was one that I did saying how my father died. And, like, I would be offline for a while. And it was hard. But yeah, my father commits. Come on, I can do this. My father had committed suicide December 1st, 2017. And that just hit me hard. And I'm not talking about, just a simple, flesh wound. You can just get over that. I'm talking about, like, it felt like someone had basically shot a shotgun, a buckshot, from a shotgun at point blank into my chest. And then just continue to fire. Because it's just like, it's not as simple. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, he died X number of years ago, you should just get over it. No, you don't get over something like this. I don't know if I'll ever be okay. And it's just like, I remember the last thing that I asked him. It was a week before he died that I called him last. And the last thing I asked was, Dad, can you promise me that you'll be there to walk me down the aisle? He said yes. Remember the call I got that morning? I remember the call that I got saying that it's gone. That hit me hard. And it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. There's not a day that goes by that I wish that I wish he was here. I'd have given up everything just to be with him just one more day. Just one more day. And it's just like the only thing I know how to do is just keep my chin up and just make him proud. That's all I know how to do. Just keep my chin up and try to make him as proud as if he was still alive. I'm sorry, I don't want to cry. Come on. Okay, gotta continue. Otherwise I'm gonna start crying again. Okay. Kersten Safford Art asks, what is the best way to help someone who is suicidal? The best thing you can do is listen to them. The best thing you do is listen and be there for them whenever they need it. And don't criticize them as much as you would someone else who's not suicidal. Because surprisingly enough, the mindset that they have is very similar to those with depression. Like, I'm not good enough. These people, they'd be so much better off without me, when in contrast, like, it's the complete opposite. And it's just like, you need to be there for them. Be as compassionate as you can be towards them. Like, I'm not saying be compassionate to just suicidal people. Be compassionate with everyone, but be more compassionate with suicidal people, because their thought process is a lot darker. Like, they're 3 times as harsh on themselves as the normal person. And like, if they ask, hey, am I really this? Hey, am I really that? It's not them trying to be vain. It's them trying to find some sort of way to hold on. Not just for their sake, but for others as well, to see if, like, are they really this worthless? And they're not. Alright, last one. By Aaliyah Holt. If you had to talk someone out of taking their life, what would you say? What would I say? I would let them know of every person that has ever cared about them, how they would feel if they took their own life. I would also say, hey, I know your pain. Because I do. There was a couple times where I even thought of. But each time I thought they wouldn't want me to do this because that would hurt them. My friends, my boyfriend, my family, it would hurt them more than what pain I'm feeling now. And I'm not willing to put them through the same amount of pain that my father put me through. Because that's not fun. It's not fun thinking that you weren't good enough to save your dad. It's not. It's not fun not being able to walk down the aisle with my dad. It's not. Because there's a huge hole there where my dad used to be. And I wouldn't wish that kind of pain on my worst enemy. I wouldn't, because that hurts. It hurts more than any blood wound could ever do. Any flesh wound. That's not something you do to people and then be okay with, because they never recover from that. They don't ever recover. Yeah. Okay, the reason I say they don't ever recover is because it doesn't heal all the way. They deal with the pain that's left. It doesn't heal all the way. It heals just enough to where they can deal with it on a daily basis and be okay. But it takes a long time. That's a lot of pain over a lot of time. No one wants that. No one wants to deal with that kind of pain. So please, if you're out there and you feel suicidal, please talk to somebody. Anybody. Okay, anybody within reason. Okay? Anybody within reason. Try and talk to a friend. I know it's hard. I know that it's just like you feel like a burden. But believe me, they would rather talk you through this, than to deal with a lifetime without you. You mean a lot more to them alive than dead. And even if they seem like they don't care, like they're more preoccupied with their own life, I can guarantee that they care enough to talk to you about this so that you can at least feel better, to help pull you out of this darkness. It's not fun being in the darkness alone. We are meant to lean on each other. So please, if you know someone who's suicidal, be there for them, please. You would be surprised about how much a little bit of compassion will go with a person with suicidal tendencies. Just please help each other out. And don't be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody. It'll help. I promise. I feel better. I hope I helped at least somebody with this video. But yes, please talk to somebody. Whether it's your friend, your neighbor, your husband, your wife, your family, just please talk to somebody. And even if you're, subtle like me, like you propose situations like, hey, what would happen if this happened? What would you do if this happened? Anything that makes you comfortable enough to talk about it with somebody. Don't be afraid to talk about it. If it means you get to stay alive one more day. Alright? I'll see y'all in the next video. And hopefully, it's on a much brighter topic. No pun intended.